Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Heel Team 6 Wrestling is proud to present the Bodega Wrestling Podcast. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the ride. In 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to another episode of the Bodega Wrestling Podcast. It is I, your quintessential Puerto Rican muffin, Jorge. And if you hear that smile, that laughter, that jiggly sensation inside of me right now, if you hear that smile crackling, if you hear the excitement in my voice, is because you have heard the news. Everybody has heard the news of the undeniable, the unbreakable, the unsignable, the unseen. Miss Tessa Blanchard has been stripped of the Impact Wrestling Heavyweight title. And to add icing to the cake, she has been forlogged or released or fired or let go or given the pink slip. And they told her to get the step in, Tessa. Go back to Mexico. Keep the Impact title. We don't need it. We'll make a new one out here. She's no longer with the company. Oh my goodness, ladies and gentlemen. I slept like a baby last night with a smile in my face, just my tummy feeling all good under that blanket. It was like a dream come true. It's like I was Irish, except I'm not Irish. Like the luck of the Irish. It's like my birthday came early. It's like Christmas came twice. It was like Three Kings Day all over again. That was the most exciting news I've heard this year. COVID-19 has taken everything from us, but Impact Wrestling gave me something back yesterday, and that was hope. After they got rid of the undeniable one, Tessa Blanchard. And now we move on to July 18th Slammiversary pay-per-view, which was supposed to be a 5-way. And after Tessa got the pink slip and they told her to get the hell out of here, it became a 4-way. And with all good news, we also get bad news. Today, Michael Elgin has been released by Impact Wrestling. So now the 5-way, which turned into a 4-way, is now a 3-way for the Impact Wrestling title between Eddie Edwards, the R&B sensation Trey Miguel, and the homie Austin, which now gets a little weirder because now you have like one heavyweight in Eddie Edwards and two X Division wrestlers, lightweight, guys. So I don't know what is going to happen. I mean, different rumors have been coming around. Twitter has been afloat now, with different scenarios, people, fans giving their ideas. And one person in particular that I like from Twitter have mentioned that Moose is always on Twitter talking about and showing this white DNA Impact Championship belt. He mentioned that maybe they should bring that belt in and have Moose be in the 3-way for the title and then have Moose win the title at the end, which could be a possibility. Someone else mentioned that maybe whoever this returning old Impact champion or TNA champion used to be, to get added to the 4-way and let the fans know ahead of time, so that way fans are not kind of distraught and people will tune in to Slammiversary next month. My opinion is they should keep it a 3-way, add a 4th person, and then add it as a special guest or a mystery 4th entrant. Wait 15 minutes towards the match and then bring that person out, and that person, will wrestle and then pick up the win. And I'm thinking it might be EC3 who might be the one that they could bring back for that special surprise. Someone else mentioned that maybe should be EC3, but winning and helping Moose win the title. For the old TNA days, and start like a TNA crew going forward. With the tapings after the pay-per-view. But right now, Impact Wrestling, TNA, NWA, TNA, whatever you want to call it, has been out for 18 years. And every time you think they could take that next step, that next quality step towards building something like this happens, where everything just comes crashing down again. Now it's Slammiversary, the biggest pay-per-view of the year. If you remember 2 years ago, I want to say maybe 3 years ago, when Jeff Jarrett came in, and around the same time at the Slammiversary, which I was there in Florida, right after the tapings, he was gone. So it's like, and they were changing the name from TNA or Impact to GFW or whatever they were gonna do. And then he was gone, so all those belts, all that stuff just kind of went out the waste. Now you have the same situation with Tessa Blanchard, Michael Elgin. Now, production-wise, they'll have to go in and take all that Michael Elgin footage, if he had any matches, if he had any interviews. Same thing with Joey Ryan and Dave Christ, who are no longer with the company after the Speak Up movement from last week. They had to jumble some stuff around at this past week's taping, where they had actually jumped ahead and took some stuff from the future and brought it into this specific tapings, just to be able to make a 2-hour show. And and they said that they barely made it, and it went off without a hitch. We really even noticed there was anything wrong. But now you're taking out a big piece, being Michael Elgin, out of the show. So which means going forward, they're definitely going to have to piece a lot of stuff out, put some stuff in, maybe add some interviews. Maybe somebody mentioned, I know somebody mentioned that maybe whoever the surprise champion that used to be, already announced it, who it is, and have them do promos leading up to if they get added to the championship match. Whatever is going on, from years ago and I remember when Eli Drake won the title, and then we had this 3-month marathon of tapings, and then January comes, and right there when Anthem just bought the company, and you're about to start this brand new franchise going forward, you see Austin Aries come out and defeats Drake in street clothes to become the new champion. So right there, they gave up on Drake. So later on, down in WrestleMania weekend, Pentagon Jr. wins the belt. Later on, Austin Aries gets it back. Then he loses to Johnny Mundo, Worldwide, Nitro, TNT, or all those different names. Then he beats some for it, and then you saw Aries throw a tantrum there last year or 2 years ago at the Bound for Glory show. Then you saw Joey leave. Then you get Cage. Then Cage got hurt, so he not even one time during the TV era did he defend the title. He loses it to Sami Callihan, and then Cage is gone. Sami loses it to Tessa, but Sami's still there. And now Tessa, with all the stuff that happened, she's gone. Now, we could speculate, we could read all the crap reports that are out there, which all those websites, thinking they know what's going on. Saying that, she all she had to do was just send in some promos, videos, and interviews, and that never got done. And now you in the situation that the championship belt is in Mexico, most likely. So will they get the title back in time for the anniversary, or will they just give the new champion a new title? Also, who is in charge of selecting who the next face of the company is going to be? Because right now, whoever is doing the choices or selecting who the next champion is going to be is having a tough time getting some good champions to stay in the company, not get hurt while they're the champion. And then when somebody comes in, oh, we'll give this person the belt, and then the person, disappears like Tessa did right now. And now you have Diana Paraza, just came out of the street, and she's already inserted into a KO titles match against Jordan Grace. And then a couple of days ago, you had Kara Hogan, give an interview that she's been here for 3 years at Impact. Her second match being in the company was a title match, and she hasn't had a title match ever since. So it's been over 2 years, almost 3 years, that she's been with the company, being loyal to the company, and she has not been given a title match. But you get somebody from the road who just got released from a company after she decided to go there for 2 years, and all of a sudden she gets a title shot. Now, what happens if Diana Peraza wins? Is she on the contract? Is she going to sign a new contract? And then if she does, how long is the contract for? Is it going to be for 6 months, per appearance, for 2 years? Something's got to give. I understand, Palace and the Moore have been done a great job since Anthem took over, but there's a limit that they have, a vision that they've had. They've brought the company from the deaths and the dying clutches of Dixie Carter when she tried to kill the company 3 years ago. They put the company back afloat. It's back to where it needs to be, but maybe they've reached that level for the next step. Maybe they need to bring somebody fresh with fresh eyes, fresh ideas. Now, I don't know who that could be, but something needs to get done, because right now, whoever is choosing the next champions or trying to get to the next step is failing miserably. And like I said, Impact Wrestling has been out for 18 years, and my God, everybody, there's fans out there that wish this company had died a long time ago. There's fans right now who make jokes of Impact. Oh, Impact is still around. Yeah, it's still around because you see it. You see all the promos, you see the Twitch, you see they bought their own channel in Access TV, so they're around. But you want to make quick jokes, oh, they're still around. Yeah, they're still around. And right now, Ring of Honor is on a deathbed. The pulse is slightly, maybe the lights will go off or go out pretty soon on Ring of Honor. And there'll be some more wrestlers, some fresh blood coming in. There's people that got the release that will be coming in at Slammiversary. We still don't know. We could speculate. Everybody wants S's and 8s. Who cares about S's and 8s? S's and 8s was in TNA days when Bully Ray was here. Why does everybody always wants to go into the past? Leave Aces and 8s alone. Leave the ECW reject wrestlers alone. Leave the NWO alone. Leave all that stuff alone. Start going to the future. If you see wrestlers that you want, that could bring something to the table and bring something to Impact, then you go ahead and you hire them. Why do you want to Aces and 8s? Bully Ray is about to push 49. D'Lo Brown, you seen D'Lo Brown. Shoot, he was bigger than me. Ken Anderson, nobody's seen Ken Anderson. Knox, does he still wrestle? The only one who's still around wrestling is Luke Gallows. Where's Bischoff and where's Briscoe Jr. been for this last couple of years. I haven't seen anything of Bishop Jr. in years. So why is this all this thing with this X's and Eights nonsense? Just forget about the X's and Eights. And if they do bring something back like that, bring it under a new name. You know, something different. I think this is all just teasing stuff and just putting stuff out there for fans to talk, because we're gullible like that. We see something on Twitter or social media and we start gossiping like little girls. We start going crazy. Oh my God, Aces and Aces coming back. Oh my God, they're doing this. Oh my God, they're doing that. There's just a diversion to get you to talk. And the more you talk, the more attention they get. And the more attention they get, the more people will talk and bring new eyes, and the pay-per-view is gonna sell. Because right now, there ain't no money coming in. So if they sell the pay-per-view, it's gonna cost money. Well, I think it's $45. So the more pay-per-views they sell, and the more eyes people get, and the more people fans talk, the more they'll sell, the more money they'll make, especially now when no one's making any money. So this losing Tessa Blanchard and losing Michael Elgin hurts, because that's the main event of the show. And right now, you could see Ken Shamrock and his mystery partner being Sami Callihan to go over the North. So that right there, you took Sami Callihan out of the mix. You still don't know what's going to happen to Moose if you'll have a match, or Madman Fulton if you'll have a match at Slammiversary. And now if they were going to have a match separate, what's going to happen now? Are they going to take them out of those matches and insert them into the main event? We don't know. It's all speculations. But whatever is going on, it needs to happen. We're talking about the show. We were excited for the show, and then in 2 days, bam, bam, two big cocks just fell off the show. And now people are getting worried about the show. So now you're going to lose interest. So hopefully next week, or hopefully soon, somebody from Impact will drop something and say, okay, this is what we're going to do. This is what we're going to go with. Hopefully this works and get people's attention back. But other than Tessa Blanchard being stripped and no longer in the company, hey, I am all hands for that. I am so excited. But, I digress. I don't want to keep, digging a hole out there. I already got some followers unfollowing me on Twitter. Your ratings anyways. Nobody needs you anyways. Making me laugh and stuff like that. But, it is what it is. Hopefully next week we'll get some more answers from Impact Wrestling, and we'll go from there. Alright, so we'll talk about some AEW wrestling they had once again after dark on Tuesday 7 p.m. because, as you know, it's dark somewhere in the world. We had Robert Anthony against Cage. And Robert Anthony has looked good his last two appearances against John Moxley, good match, and then last 2 weeks ago against Scorpio Sky. But then this time he was going up against Cage. It wasn't going to happen. I mean, he took an early offense, 2 punches, and then he was done after that. So this was a total squash match on Cage's behalf. And then Taz took the microphone, got a good promo on Moxley. So they're definitely building up for this. Next we had Ali and Musa go up against the SCU of Daniels and Cass. And now I like how they're mentioning how SCU has Daniels and Cass going to focus on the tag team part, and Scorpio Sky is going to be now the singles wrestler of the crew, which makes sense to me. And I like it how they're actually making that change and making people know how they want to push Scorpio Sky by himself. This match was good. I think it was better than I thought it was going to be. And SCU got the match. Well, I think it was better than it should have gone. It went longer than it should have been. So, but it was real good. Then we saw Pineapple Pete, which I don't know why this guy gets a big following, but he looks cool though. Up against Shawn Spears. This match was better than it should have been also. Like, Pineapple Pete had a lot of offense in this match. But Shawn Spears got the win with a loaded glove. So That's that for that one. But Pineapple Pete, he looked good. But like I said, it went way too long, and he was better than it should have been. Then we had Griff Garrison, go up against Lance Archer, and this was just a total destruction of Garrison. This is another just Archer destruction that he just did. So yeah, that was that for that. Then we had the Dark Order members. We had Uno Tres and Uno Cuatro, being John Silver and Alex Reynolds, go up against Joey Janela and my homie, my brother, my cousin, Sonny Kiss, which is a Chess Ferrer wrestler, Sonny Kiss. This match was really, really, really good. Sonny Kiss, Janela, amazing together. Evo 3 and Evo 4, guys, they looked really good in this match. They looked really, really good. I give them some props for Silver and Reynolds moving forward. I mean, that could be the Dark Order's actual tag team right there going forward. They did really good. I was impressed with both of those guys. Then you had another, I don't know what you call this match. It was the only women's match on the show. Kylie King against Mel. This was just, man, horrible. Just, man, I don't even know what happened. It was just, man. But Mel won. But yeah, man, I don't even know yet. But then we saw Lee Johnson against Scorpio Sky. Another good match. Very impressed with Lee Johnson. Scorpio Sky got the win, but Lee Johnson looked good. So that was good for that. And then in the main event, we saw Luther. We actually saw a six-way. It was Luther, Max Castro, or Caster, and Serpentico go up against Jurassic Park. Now, this was weird because the kid Max Castro or Caster, every time he got in, he will get his ass whooped. Every time he will go out, Luther and Serpentico will look good against Jurassic Park. Basically, towards the end of the match, both Luther and Serpentico just said, you know something, screw this dude. Just let him get beat. So basically, Jurassic Park just did a bunch of moves on Max Castro or Caster, and he was done for that. And it was a wrap. Then the main event was Avalon against the Juice himself, freshly squeezed, Orange Cassidy. Another good match. Avalon looked good in this match. A lot of comedy stuff, a lot of aerial moves, but it was really, really good. I was really surprised about this match. It was better than I thought it was going to be. So that was it for Tuesday's AEW After Dark. Was like, as you know, it's after 7, and somewhere is dark in the world. Then we move into Wednesday, AEW Dynamite. And the first match we had was Warlow against Luchasaurus from Jurassic Park. Now, if people missed this match, this was an amazing match. Amazing opening match. A lot of high flying stuff. A lot of dives. A lot of, kicks, everything. There was a sequence towards the end when Jungle Boy speared MJF through the second rope from one side to the other side. That was awesome. And after the fight, everybody broke out, like a good old slobber knocker there. Since it was a lumberjack match, all the lumberjacks got into it afterwards. A lot of people were trying to break up the fights, and for Fighter Fest, they announced it was going to be Warlow and MJF against Luchasaurus and Jungle Boy. So that's going to be one of the matches for Night 1 of Fighter Fest. Next, we had a Taz breakdown of Cage. Pretty good stuff there with Taz. You know how he always talks and breaks down the wrestlers and stuff like that. So this was more like his boy Cage. He was making him look good. Next, we had Sakura Shida against Red Velvet. Shida came out, went around, slapped Penelope forward, talking. Shida went up to her. Penelope slapped her. She went back into the ring. As soon as the bell rang, he killed Red Velvet in, I want to say, less than 10 seconds. Went back outside and went and smacked Penelope Ford, and then a hoopla broke out there. So the whole time, Ricky Starks is out there making faces, trying to break up the fights, and then he gets smacked around by Sheeta, and by mistake he gets knocked in his eye. So that was really funny because I just kept laughing at uh, Ricky Starks, antics there in the corner. Next up, they went and did a Cody versus Jay Hager press conference, which is I don't know why a lot of companies do the stupid press conferences. I know they want to sell something, it just makes no damn sense. Cody was there with his whole entourage. Jay Hager wasn't even there. Then he showed up. They did the face off. Then Jay Hager's wife threw water in Cody's face and all this nonsense. It was just waste of time, really. I mean, it could have at least 15 minutes. They could have got another match in, but yeah, I guess people like it. I don't. It was just stupid. But it is what it is, I guess. Then we have Brody Lee from Rochester, New York, where I'm from. Woohoo! And Colt Cabana go up against George Janela and Sonny Kiss. Another amazing match. Another awesome match. This time they have Evo 3 and Evo 4 come out with Brody Lee. And every time Cabana will get hit or they will try to do some type of power move on him, they will always save him. If it was a dive, they push him out the way and they take the brunt of the hits. If it was something, they'll do the same thing. Towards the end, Brody Lee goes Sonny Kiss, tagged in Cabana and told him to get the pin, and he got the pin. So Colt Cabana celebrated like it was 1999 because that was probably his first win that he's had in a long time. So he's very excited about that. After the match, Lance Hoyt comes out and destroys both Sonny and Janela. So that was unexpected. So now we'll get a match for Fyter Fest, and I'll bring up the list of that in a while. Later on, we had SCU go up against FTR. Now this is where things were changed. There was a lot of COVID-19 stuff going on in Florida, as some of you might know. This match was supposed to be QT Marshall and Cody Rhodes. His brother Goldust there was supposed to go to the FTR, but I guess QT Marshall was around someone who knew someone who was cousins with someone 3 times removed from someone who was babysitting their dog, who's cousin of the other dog, the sisters of the brothers, cousins, nephews. Somebody had COVID-19, so they told QT Marshall to stay home just to be safe. We also found out that John Moxley was also around someone who was COVID-19. Then later on in the night, we found out that someone was his wife, Renee Young. So she's positive with COVID-19. But then later on, or a day later, we found out that Mox is negative. So there was a little maybe thinking that he was going to get quarantined for 14 days and the match wasn't going to happen. Because things are being taped anyways before then. But he's negative, so everything is going to be fine. So SCU went up against FTR. And folks, this was a pay-per-view caliber match. This was an amazing, amazing, amazing match. If you are not an AEW fan, I suggest you go to YouTube and watch this match, because this match was amazing. FTR picked up the win, of course, because SCU was not going to win over FTR when they're trying to push them. And after the match, we look to the side and we hear Butcher and the Blade on the microphone, or old Pepper Parks is with the microphone, and Butcher is in the truck, the FTR truck, and saying that, oh, we're gonna get you. Oh, look behind you, you got a surprise. And when they look back, it's the Lucha Brothers, who are back. As you know, our good friend Pentagon Jr. was in Mexico, and then Phoenix was still recovering from a couple of weeks ago when he did that plancha outside moonsault, and half of the roster forgot to catch him, and he busted his head in but at the same time, but needless to say, they're back together, and it's funny how Pentagon Jr. is here, but Tesha Blaster couldn't be here. It makes you still wonder why she's no longer at Impact. But I digress about that. Then we had the Best Friends and Elite. They had a showcase little video thing about the Best Friends being best friends and how the Elite of Omega and Paige are not as the Elite or as together as they used to be. So there might be some little tension between both of them. So the Best Friends, you have to give the people what they want. So maybe, just maybe, they'll win the tag team championships and get them away from the Elite already. Then this was followed by another showcase of Moxley and Cage, which I don't know why they did that back to back. That was just, I don't know. Sometimes I wonder who's writing this stuff, but yeah. So the same thing, Moxley Cage showcase, so that was just another nonsense. Then we had Cage against, unfortunately, his next opponent, or his death opponent, John Cruz, or Joe Cruz, who he totally annihilated. And then people were wondering, where have we seen Joe Cruz from? Well, Joe Cruz was the same gentleman that got killed by Cage on Cage's first match in Impact 2 years ago. Same exact way, same buckle bomb, same finisher, same everything. It was just like, if you're gonna give me, like Cage told them, if you're gonna give me a first person match, I want it to be Joe Cruz. So I know how I can beat him without killing him. And I put all my feelers out there on Twitter. I was asking for prayers for Joe Cruz. I still haven't got a response if he's still alive. But if Joe Cruz, if you're listening to the show, we're sending prayers to you, buddy. I thought I'm worth it. You took that reference too far on that one, bro. Then we had a Brotherly Cabana promo of how they have a match now coming up at Fyter Fest, and we'll go up against that in a minute. And then of course we had Matt Hardy against one of the homies, Santana, and of course Hardy's gonna get the win, and in a way he's gonna lose. God perish the thought that Hardy does the job for somebody other than himself. But anyways, after the match, Ortiz jumps in, starts smacking him around. Then Power Party comes out. So another match for Fyter Fest is going to be Santana Ortiz versus Power Party. And then to end up the show, they had another in-ring promo with the Juice Man himself, Orange Cassidy, and Chris Jericho. All I know is Chris Jericho is a man that will make anybody look good. His promos will make anybody look good. And this match is going to make Cassidy a household name, because we know what type of magic Chris Jericho can do when he gets his hands on a new wrestler that they want us to get over and they want us to like. Well, Orange Cassidy is going to become a star thanks to Chris Jericho. But anywho, let's go over the next 2 weeks Fyter Fest, because they're gonna have night 1 and night 2. So on night 1 they're gonna have Jurassic Express, which is gonna be Jungle and Jungle Boy against MJF and Warlow. We're gonna have Power Party against Santana Ortiz. For the AEW Women's Championship, we're gonna have Hikaru Shida against Penelope Ford. And I think I'm going for Penelope Ford. Actually, no. Shida is going to win because she just won the title. Even though I think hopefully Ford will get it, but it's probably too early for that. For the TNT Championship, we're going to have Cody against Jake Hager, which is just another Cody win. I don't see Hager winning this title. And then we're going to see the tag team titles of Kenny Omega and Hangman Page against the Best Friends. And then for the following week, which is going to be 9-2, we're going to see Lance Archer against Joey Janela. We're going to see Nyla Rose in action with a big announcement. We have no clue what that is because she hasn't been on TV since she lost her title. She hasn't said much, so I don't know what the announcement is going to be. So it should be interesting. We're going to have Dark Order of Bodega and Colt Cabana against SCU of Daniels and Cass. We're going to see Chris Jericho against Orange Cassidy, where Orange Cassidy is going to become a star thanks to Chris Jericho. We're going to see the Young Bucks and FTR against the Lucha Brothers and Butcher and the Blade. And then the main event, if nothing happens from now till then, depending when this matches will be taped, is going to be for the AEW World Championship, which is going to be Jon Moxley against Brian Cage. Now, I do not see Cage winning this match. I think he's just there for now just to make Moxley look good. Unless something crazy happens and they're saying, okay, Moxley, we're going to give you a break. Go home, take care of your wife, do stuff like that. And then Cage wins. But I don't see that happening. I really don't. But, it's been a crazy week. It's been a crazy 2 weeks with the Speak Of movement. A lot of wrestlers, their laundries were air out on Twitter and social media, and it just brings a lot to the attention of we as fans, how we conduct ourselves against females and how we treat females. This was just a wake-up call, which should have never happened, a wake-up call, but it's a wake-up call to everybody who does not respect a woman and don't know the limitations of a woman and how you're supposed to treat a woman. So this was an eye-opener. I'll be honest, I'll be one of the first ones to be honest and say this. I wasn't aware of all the things that were going on backstage like that. I always thought that when there was a show, everybody had their own dressing rooms, females, males. I thought when you were training, you have female trainers, male trainers. Everybody respected each other because you're spending your hard-earned money to get trained to do something that you want to do, that you love. You're spending money in training. You're spending money in gear. You're spending money to get back and forth. If you're driving 3 hours, 4 hours down the block, you do all this stuff to be a better wrestler, to get yourself better, and you're getting mistreated by your own trainers. Stuff like that shouldn't happen. I mean, that's a no-no. That should not happen. Even in today's, even before, that should have never happened. But now we see clearly that stuff like this was happening more than it should. Than it should have been. A lot of guys, older guys, with minors. Like, what's going on here? Like, I really don't understand what's the fascination of guys with minors. Like, what the hell does a 16, 17-year-old girl have that a 30-something-year-old woman don't have? I mean, I don't get it. Because if I see a 17-year-old girl or 18, 16, I'm going to be like, how old are you again? Oh, hell no. Where's your mama? Or where's your auntie? How old is your mama? How old is the auntie? And how does she look? Because it just makes no sense to me. All this stuff that's going on with minors is just like, it's out there. I didn't know that stuff was going on like that. They call them rats. They call them ring rats. Stuff like that. Names like that. It's funny at first, but after a while, you gotta say, something, bro. Like, it is what it is. You gotta respect everyone. Respect yourself. Respect everybody else. Respect their space. We have to move forward as the community, wrestling community. It has to be clean. It has to be safe environment for people to go in. We as fans, we cannot be out there trying to touch people. If I take a picture with a female talent, which I've taken before, I ask them. I ask permission. Can I put my hand around you or around your waist? They say, "Oh yeah, sure," and I do it. If they say no, I don't. I'm not gonna assume that I just can go and just like, well, I'll pay for this. This is my picture. I'm gonna put my hands around you. No, that's not how it works. You gotta ask permission. I always ask. I'm 47 years old. I ask permission, and they're half my age, and they're in their late teens, early 20s, I'm asking permission. Ma'am, miss, can I do this? Can I take a picture, miss? Can I do this, ma'am? I ask permission. You just can't just go up there and assume something. So you have to respect that. Respect their space. Respect everybody. Respect your surroundings. Only way things is gonna happen is we have to clean this up. Right now, Impact clean their stuff out. Ring of Honor is starting to clean their stuff out. I don't know why they waited so long to start sending, the little things on Twitter about we're gonna do this and do that. Well, Ring of Honor, if you want to do something positive, why don't you go check on Taylor Hendricks' proof allegations of Jay Lethal from 2 years ago? In my opinion, and just my opinion, I know she's been black flagged by you guys or blackballed by you guys by Ring of Honor, because there's no way in hell that lady or that talent that she is, 20-something years old, should be home for almost a year, tweeting on Twitter, just tweeting, watching this and you're doing that. No, she should be out there making money, earning her keep, doing what she loves to do. She's blackballed, and it's because of what she said. She stood up, and then now recently somebody just backed her allegations up against Jay Lethal. So hopefully they'll do something about that. So the league is taking their sweet ass time. Uncle Vince, bro, you need to clean your shit. Clean your house. Clean your house. Because right now there's some people you got rid of some people, and now you still have to get rid of some more people. And your boy there, the Velveteen Cream or the Vita Dream, whatever the dude's name is, and I heard he got in a car accident. Prayers up to you, bro. Hope you got a full recovery. But if this dude is messing with boys and then young boys who are not even legal age, then tell him to become a priest, and he could have his pick of the litter out there, not here in wrestling. That was a joke. Oh, but yeah, I'll probably get killed for that one. Let him become a priest. Let him do whatever he wants to do out there. If you're gonna fire him, get rid of him now, because he shouldn't be there. And they show proof on Twitter of all these messages being saved or stuff. Clean your house there, Uncle Vince. Everybody's doing stuff, and they already did their stuff with Dave Lagana or whatever his name was. He's gone. Everybody should start cleaning their stuff. I got Shikara just closed down. Shikara, people, this is like the wholesomest promotion in the world is Shikara. Okay, this is where masks and different characters are being built for the entertainment of family entertainment for kids. That's what I know about Shikara. I grew up watching Shikara for the last 10-15 years, watching that on YouTube and buying videos and stuff like that, DVDs, because I love the character, the wholesome fun. And then you find out that the owner is doing things he shouldn't be doing, mistreating people and stuff like that. It's gonna catch up to you guys. They always say, was that saying that whatever you do in the darkness is gonna come to light sooner or later. Things are gonna come to light, and when it does, you have to face the rapture. God can only judge you. But with that said, I want to say thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for staying tuned, listening to my broken English and me going crazy. And if you could see me now, I got my hands up in the air like, oh, Tessa Blanchard is gone, yay! I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight again. But ladies and gentlemen, this is Bodega Wrestling Podcast. Please follow us on Bodega Wrestling on Twitter, Bodega Wrestling Podcast on the YouTube channel. Also, don't forget to follow Chef. He has his whole group, Joker's Podcast. He's doing his thing over there. Follow him. Don't forget to follow Michael Larkin. You can find him on Larkin. Just type in Larkin, he'll pop up. He has like 127 different podcasts. Make sure you follow him. And like I always say, guys, just stay real, stay grounded. Just be a fan. If you have your opinion, have nice chatter with people, have nice discussions, have nice debates. If you don't like what they're saying, politely get yourself out of it. Don't say anything, and if you want to block the person, if you want to unfollow them, go knock yourself and get out. But when you start going back and forth because you don't agree with somebody else's opinion, now you are the one who are becoming a toxic fan. And those are the ones that fans like myself hate to deal with. And there's a lot of you guys out there in Twitter land. But, once again, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to the Bodega Wrestling Podcast. And we'll see you again next week.